where the real art of it is to try and connect the dots, right, between the skills and then, the letting the game be the teacher, right?
Yeah, good point. We'll go back to that after we hear from Richard. Tom Malloy. I don't know, Richard, if you're familiar with Tom, but his website is unbelievable, and his time spent in Europe that we have yet to fully appreciate is worth getting back to. Richard, go ahead.
Yeah, I am familiar with Tom. That's Hockey Coaching ABCs, I think, is his website, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've stolen from that fairly regularly, and I'm unabashedly admitting to stealing from it and recommending a lot of stuff on there, particularly his list of 4,000 different variations of small area games. In the associations I've worked with, I have mandated, as in coaches must have a small area game or a low organization game in every practice. Doesn't matter the level. There's been some initial resistance in some places, but once they try it, they see how much it works, because we have to understand how children learn. They learn through play. You watch them in the schoolyard, you watch them in a gymnasium, in school, in phys ed classes. You even watch them in a kindergarten grade 1 class, and how the magic that these teachers of the 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds are able to get kids engaged. They're engaged more when they have to make something using the tools in the classroom than listening to a discussion about how to add 2-digit numbers. So it's really important that we draw a distinction between the deliberate practice that you see a lot of skills instructors do. The good skills instructors are really good. I haven't seen Kim's stuff, but I rather suspect it's really good. And there are an awful lot of skills instructors that are really ordinary and do nothing but drill, which the coaches can do. You can give a chimpanzee a whistle, teach them to exhale into the whistle, and that's what a lot of coaches do. So it's really important we make it clear to coaches that deliberate practice is properly teaching how to do crossover turns, such as what Al is referring to. And Al, I'd like to know what association you're in, where you are, because I'd like to find out the application of the ADM program. So if you could just type it in there to the chat. I'd like to get you on my podcast, as a matter of fact, to talk about that, because I had been in touch with Bob Mancini a few years ago when I had a radio show in Ottawa, and I got him on to talk about the ADM model. However, so deliberate practice, which anybody in sports phys ed and coaching should know about, and the play part of it. And even the older kids want to play, like the junior guys. I remember when I was assistant at Concordia back in the 80s, I used to do stupid little games with these guys inside a zone, and they'd all roll their eyes and go, oh, come on, coach, this is ridiculous. And then when they do it, they were louder and more engaged and yelling at each other and insulting each other during the fun games, like Crazy Puck, which is a favorite, than they would in any drill. And the noise level goes way up because they're having a blast. And you do it with coaches in a coaching clinic, and you can't shut them up. You do a fun game with them, and it doesn't have to be a small area game. It's just a fun, like, not tag, but variations of it. And the noise level is up. And then when you stop them in a coaching clinic, you say, so what'd you think about that? Oh, that was a blast. Would you do it with your kids? Well, no, we have to get through our shooting drills and our one-on-one drills and our puck protection drills. No, that's not how kids learn. How did you learn what you just did? You've got to let the kids play. It's really, really important. There's a time to give them the skill base, and there's a time to just apply it. Just go play.